Okay, I'm back again. Gonna do the quickest update so far. Just gonna go over one main feature and then a couple small features. Yeah, it took I was expecting it was gonna be hard to do, but it ended up being even harder than I expected. But the main thing I want to show is the game launcher. So if you remember if you look back at the old videos, the game was like embedded partway through the page. Like you just see kind of like the game like right here. Whereas now I have like an actual game launcher where if you look at like the URL, this is the like index for World's Hottest Game, and then this is the to play the game. And so there's like special types of pages now, which these are all normal pages. And then there's a special type of page where you play a game now. Yeah, so it took a while to get all the little things working. But yeah, basically that's the main thing I've been doing. So now you can kind of like have any window size and the game will work. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's one of the main benefits of doing a single page application like what I'm doing, where you can be like playing the game, then get like a trophy, and then leave the game, go look at your trophies, or go to look at some other pages, and then you can come back to the game and like resume your progress. So before you could do that already, but it wasn't with a proper game launcher, whereas now I have an actual game launcher, so I can do I can kind of seamlessly go back and forth between the game and the actual site. And the cool thing is the main site has this header here with the settings and the navigation. And right now the navigation is just all temporary links and like it's going to look better. But the cool thing is from a UI UX perspective, when you're browsing the site, you have this header here, and then when you're playing the game, you also have the header here. So if I want to like change language while I'm playing the game, or change theme while I'm playing the game, it's the same process as changing language on the normal site and changing theme on the normal site, and same with font and everything else. I'm just going to refresh it now. But yeah, so now it's kind of like a unique type of site where you can kind of browse the website and play the game with like the same UI. And normally the header just freezes at the top, and in the future when you scroll down, the header is going to shrink, but for now the header is always the same size. But yeah, during the game the header like disappears at the top and then reappears when you move your mouse there. And then also if I leave my mouse still for 2 seconds, it'll hide the mouse and idle. It considers the thing idle now, so now it hides the header and the mouse. So yeah, it's kind of cool how you could hide and show the header during gameplay, and then you can also hide and show the header when you're switching areas of the site. So this is the part I already had, which is like a head change, it's called, where it's kind of like multiple websites in one. This is the Fair Maiden games, this is the World's Hottest Game, there's going to be like other sections. So the old head change was for changing areas of the site, and the new head show hide is for during gameplay. So it's a different type of thing. And yeah, if I like, let me just see here. I have like a forward and back button on my mouse. If I go forward to the game while hovering the header, it'll do the more complex animation. But generally it just generally when it shows and hides during gameplay, it just does the simple version of the animation. But yeah, getting the header, like the game launcher, to work with the current page change system, it was hard to do it in like a clean, organized way. I didn't want it to like wreck all my code by hacking it together, so that was why it took so long. But the main reason is there's a lot of edge cases where if you really try to mess with the site, like do as many different things as possible as you can, like if I press back, like that, it's really hard to handle all the edge cases. It's going to be lagging pretty bad when I'm doing that yeah, anyway. Some of these pages are really long, and in HTML it renders the entire page. So in the actual site, the pages won't be this long, so it won't lag as bad on the actual site. But anyway, for example, if I go in the game, out the game, you know, in, out, in, out, in, out, and then switch a bunch of times, and then I go back, it has to end up at the right state. So back, forward. See, it's doing all kinds of stuff, and it has to end up at the right state. So handling every edge case to end up at the right state, no matter what, is really tough. So if you like look at the URL here, if I go forward, back, it's like it's switching through so many things, and yet the final state is always correct. And same if I were to like change theme or font or language or whatever, or I can put on drunk mode where it randomly changes all three every 10 seconds. But yeah, anyway, the head change, if you want to know, like I have like a class page change. This is the main function. This is to set a new page. This is like probably the most complicated function in the whole application. But yeah, I had to struggle to keep it reasonably clean. So here it's tracking like which page was before and after. These are like the pages related to the normal site. This is the special gameplay pages before and after. Tracking some stuff, updating the URL. Then let me just see. See, this is the current page is a regular page, not a special page for playing a game. So there's a bunch of stuff you do when it's a normal page, like the layering, because there's animations, you need like layer changes and stuff. Bunch of like normal stuff, then starting and ending animations and stuff, and then, you know, like remembering where I've scrolled. So if I scroll halfway down, go back and then go forward, I'm still scrolled halfway down. And then this is kind of more the part I added, which is like the special exceptions for when it's a special page for playing a game. So I have this whole other class, game change instead of page change, and that handles the special game change stuff. And then there's a bunch of general stuff that's for both and for when you first start the application. But yeah, this function is like the most complicated function in the whole program. So when I first did the game launcher, it got really messy, but now it's like reasonably clean. It's still a bit messy, but it's not that bad. Yeah, some stuff I want. Oh yeah, one thing I'll mention is by default there's no tab here for playing the game. And then once you launch it once, it creates the tab. And now when I leave, there's now a tab here. So now anywhere on the site, once I've started the game, I can resume it at any time. And then in the future, there'll be like multiple games. So I could play one game for a bit, play the next game for a bit, leave, and then I'll have two tabs here. And then I can just resume either game whenever I want, and it'll launch it. But right now, the launcher only has one game. Dungeon Dame. Right now, I'm working on World's Hottest Game. I was originally making a game called Dungeon Dame, but I'm gonna put that on the back burner and do it once I'm done World's Hottest Game, because World's Hottest Game is much easier to make. But yeah, so that's the game launcher. Yeah, it's pretty complex because like if you look at other sites like Addicting Games, you know, like their launcher is this is not a single page application. Oh, actually, it probably is actually. Now that I think about it, it used to not be. But in any case, their game launcher is not as good as mine. Like it lags, there's no animation, and it doesn't. I don't know. It's just not as smooth as mine. If you look at pretty much any site, I cleared my. I bought a new computer, so all my cookies are gone. But like, oh, this isn't the game. You know, most sites This is probably actually these are probably also single page applications. Now that I think about it, maybe not, but their game launcher isn't as cool as mine, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, it's just nice because now I have kind of the game. This is like the shared portion, the general program stuff. Then this is like the game portion of the site, or this is for games, and then this is for like the site. So now I have like a way of bridging the site to the game. So I can like be playing the game, and then I can go to the site, and now it's like a seamless transition from the site to the game. But yeah, the game launcher there's a lot that goes into it, and it was something that like I put off for a long time. I was just embedding the game halfway through the page before. But yeah, now the game launcher works, and I'm pretty happy with the UI, the user interface, where the site UI and the game UI is the same. So in most games, you'd have to pop up like a settings window and to change language and stuff. And in mine, you'll also have a settings window, but here you have like the quick version of the settings. The header is also covering some of the. You can see in the top left, there's like text and stuff. The header kind of covers it, but in the future, I'm going to probably rearrange it so that the header doesn't cover it. And same with these trophies, the trophy overlays. They're going to move in a better spot where they don't cover the player. But anyway, I'm really happy with the overall game launcher and the overall UI. And yeah, that brings me to the other thing I wanted to mention was you can change theme in my game. So right now all the themes are just test colors, and this is just a random theme. This is the only one that is like kind of close to what it'll be like. But yeah, in most games you can't change theme at all. So I'm kind of happy that I have a theme thing. But the thing I wanted to mention, let me take a sip of pop here. And by the way, I haven't actually updated the game yet, so there's nothing new in the game that wasn't there before. I'm going to be working on the game next. I was just working on the launcher. But yeah, the thing I want to mention is in the original World's Hardest game, all the enemies are one color. So you'll be red and they'll be blue, or you'll get to like, in World's Hardest game 3 and 4, there's like, and actually in the other ones there is too, like as you get later in the game, the walls and the enemies change color. The way I'm going to do it in this game, and I can't demo it right now, you'll see it next time, but I'm pretty excited about it, is this game, the enemy color will be based on what they're doing. So if you have a bunch of enemies like standing still, they'll be one color, and then if you have a bunch of enemies like moving, they'll be another color. And then that way, when you have complex patterns, like say for example, these would all be blue, and let's say there was another enemy like moving diagonal or something, I'd put that one as green or something like that. And then that way, when there's a complex pattern, the different colors of enemies will help your eye determine what's going on. So like if you imagine various areas from, actually I'll just open it up. Let me just see here. Might as well. I'll show the real thing next time. Right now I'm just describing what it's going to be, but let me just say like, I don't know, like, let me just find one. World's Hardest game. I forget which one I was looking for, but let me just see through here. These aren't really good examples. Well, you know what I mean. Like, if you have a bunch of enemies doing one type of thing, there'll be one color, and then if there's like an enemy that's like the odd man out that's doing something different, there'll be another color, and that'll help you understand what's going on, kind of. And then with the themes, I'll define different sets of colors, for each theme. So, in the colorblind theme, they might be green with the odd man out red. And then in the normal theme, they might be blue with the odd man out green or something like that. But anyway, themes is going to be, and color is going to be like important part of the game. Well, the themes aren't, I guess, but the colors, actually neither of them are really that important, but it'll be kind of cool. But yeah, yeah, right now this debug stuff gets covered by the header. So I'm going to change my debug overlay system where you see there's like a frames per second and stuff there. I'm going to change it so that it's global for the whole site, and then it's actually above the header. And then for the sidebar, I think I'll move the text down so that it doesn't get covered by the header. So the text will be more like here. And then there's also going to be like a mini map and like some other stuff here. This isn't going to be all the text. But yeah, I'm just really happy with my game launcher. I can also turn off animation and it'll just launch instantly. But yeah, anyway. I'll play the game in drunk mode for a bit. This is drunk mode with no animation, so every 10 seconds it'll randomize the colors and the text. So like right now, see it changed. You can see the text in the top left is different languages and colors, and everything else is different colors. And it'll change again. And some of the colors I'm going to make so that when they're random, they're still closer together, so that the background tiles aren't too confusing. But yeah, here's what it looks like with animation on. But yeah, my game, it'll be like one of the only games with theme. And then also I'll have drunk mode too. So you can randomly change the theme while you're playing. Yeah, I just think the themes are cool. So anyway, here's a quick glimpse of what I'm going to be doing next. I'll show you that too, but this is some miscellaneous random easy stuff I was going to do. Then I was going to do these things called render textures for generic shapes, like these background tiles and the shadow circle, because that'll drastically increase performance. Right now it's running at about 2,000 frames per second, but it can dip pretty easily, especially like when it changes theme, like what it just did. It dipped to like 150 frames per second. Yeah, I'm going to do render textures to help with performance, and then I'm going to later use the render textures for the mini map. But then I'm going to do, yeah, the color stuff I was talking about I'm going to do. Then this is going to be a big one, is the hurt stuff. Yeah, I'll just show real quick. Like, I did some more test animations where, like, you know, I had walking and stuff, and now I have, I want to have punching and getting punched. So when you hit an enemy, the enemy is going to punch you, you're going to do a get punched, and then you're going to, like, bounce backward a bit. And then you can, like, bounce around through the enemies kind of like pinball if you get, like, hit by combos. But yeah, when you punch someone, that's the front angle, side angle, or, you know, diagonal angle, side angle, you know, diagonal away and then fully away. And then this is getting hurt from each angle. The quality and stuff will be a lot better. And then I have to do the same for stick. Right now I'm doing some of the punches. So like I did the punch down. That's punching down. That's punching from the side. So I have a couple more punch animations to do. But yeah, anyway. I'm going to do that punching stuff and hurt stuff is going to be a big deal. Then I'm going to do the mini map. So like on the sidebar here, there's going to be a mini map where you could see like the areas of the map you've explored and stuff, because it's an open world game. So the map is going to help a lot. Yeah, then the tiles, like the walls and stuff, are going to have depth. So right now, like the tile is just a flat thing, but it's going to have depth where you can go like behind the wall kind of, yeah. But yeah, then this is a bug, I guess, that I already fixed. I don't know why. Yeah, this is already fixed. Yep. And I'm going to have, yeah, some other stuff. But anyway, that's what I'm going to do next. The next video should be a lot cooler, and I'm hoping to get my work hours up. I'll just show quickly the hours. this is the day I released my last video, and then this is today, although today's not over yet. So in 51 days, I did 127 hours and 40 minutes, and it was only average 2 hours and 30 minutes a day. So my work ethic's been pretty bad, although there was one day where I worked almost 11 hours. And I keep real good track of my hours, so if I go to the bathroom, I stop the timer. So these are like pure work. But anyway, because I don't take weekends off, I don't. If I were to work 8 hours a day, it would be more than a full-time job. But if you work every day and you don't take off weekends or anything, a full-time job is like 5 hours and 15 minutes a day average, as opposed to like 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and then weekends off and like vacation days and stuff. But yeah, right now I'm doing about half of a normal full-time job, which is bad, obviously. But there's been, I don't want to get into my personal stuff, but there's been like issues I've been having where it's been harder than it should be. But I feel really good going forward. I think I'm gonna get like a really good the next month I'll probably do like double the amount of work, closer to like a normal full-time job. But yeah, it's been tough getting to this point. But now that I'm at this point with like the site where it is and the game engine where it is and getting like able to make progress now, I think I'm gonna have like some really good videos coming up, like and I'm gonna be getting a lot done and stuff. But yeah, I think I'm still doing okay right now. It's just when you program everything from scratch and like game engine from scratch, full stack single page application from scratch, it's all from scratch. You can get like mired in like endless kind of sea of coding, like where things just never get done. But now I'm at the point where things are actually going to start getting done, I think. But anyway, yeah, so I'll probably release, I'm going to make my way through this list here. And once I get through some of this stuff, I'll make another video, hopefully in like a couple weeks or something. So I'm pretty excited. I think the next video will be a good video. Anyway, just check in a couple weeks or in a month or two, and you'll see a whole bunch of new stuff in the game. You can go play this right now if you want, but it's the same as it was last time. If you go to fairmaidengames.com, just click WHG and then play, and you'll have the game. And probably you're going to want to go full screen too, but there's not really much to play right now. It's just like test enemies and stuff. Anyway, see you later.